I got another pretty interesting video for you today. We are going to be in Northern Saskatchewan, Canada, obviously, on a bear hunt, archery hunt. My best friend, his name is Russell Edzards. This is his very first archery hunt for bear. It's his very first bear hunt. So I ain't going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to let you see what happens and see how it turns out. That bait barrel way over there. Look, he ripped my camera open. God dang, I hope he didn't tear it up. That barrel was wired right here. And he has wore this thing out. He's a big one, man. He's big. We're gonna set up a pop-up blind in here in the morning, or this evening. And I hope we can get in here with a bow range without him tearing the blind up with us in it. We're gonna bring that barrel, what, 15 yards or so he took it? I'm gonna bring it back over and try to drive some of these big old gutter nails in here and hold it up. I'm gonna check my camera. I hope he didn't tear it up. But we'll see what kind of pictures we got. We're gonna rebait, set the blind up probably 20, 25 yards over there. We'll be in here in the morning with a bow. Let's see if we can't let the air out of that big sucker. He won't be tearing up nothing else. Got us a secret weapon here. I bet that beaver weighs 40, 50 pounds. We found him floating on the river last night. Put him in the boat. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe the fat, the musk, but bears love beavers. We're gonna nail his tail to the back side of the stump here. And Louie's gonna tie his head here so we can fasten him there as tight as we can. And I'm gonna open him up to let the smell out. It's gonna be pretty rank, I'm sure. I don't know how long he's been dead, so. But these bears love it. And if one comes in tonight, we'll see. He'll go straight to that beaver instead of this regular bait. All right, Louie, let me get on this side of him, buddy. We'll lift him up. Nail his tail. Let me see if I can. You gotta hold him up. Come all the way around. There we go. Get him on this one farther. No, up on top. Won't bend. Get him on up. There you go. Oh, his sucker's heavy now, I'm telling you. Get another two in. All right, you can go start tying his head if you want to. Tie his head. We got to get him up here good. Them old big bears weigh several hundred pounds and they are brute strength, man. They'll rip this beaver off here and run away with him before we even get a shot if we ain't careful. I ain't like some of these guys on these other shows, or some of these other people on these other shows. I ain't milking for footage. If he comes anywhere close enough for me to get a shot, I'm sure hoping the cameraman's on him, because I don't even care if he gets to the bait. I'm gonna take him. That's why I'm here. I'm here to get a big bear, and that's what I intend to do. Here you go, Louie. Get right through there. Compliments of my sponsors at the Knife Depot. Interchangeable blades, just like a scalpel blade. We're using taxidermy. I'm going to open him up here on the back side just because of the way the wind's blowing. And if we do this and let it show, you know, on the footage, they won't put it on TV because some crybaby go to whine about it. So we're just going to try to do what we can here, make everybody happy. We're going to get him opened up. There's some smell good going. Smell good for bears anyway. Don't smell worth flip to me. Pretty hide on him. There it goes, brother. Lord, have mercy. All right. We're going to draw them in or run them off puking. I don't know which. It smells pretty dang rank. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's get on upwind of this stinking outfit here. Been running baits for a little better than a week now. Waiting on the hunters to come in. I have a bear tag myself. This is the furthest place from base camp to get to on this lake. It's hard to get to it. It takes a long boat ride. It's hard to come bait the place. So I figured I would hunt here to save the hunters a lot of trouble having to go through all this. So get away from all the good spots. We knew there was a bear coming here, a black one, because we found the hares. We found some cinnamon hares this morning when we came to put a stand up. We don't know what he looks like. We just know he's cinnamon, so we're hoping for this one. My good buddy Louis Netmaker here, he's full native Cree, and he wants to do a traditional thing here, native thing, to do a little prayer and bless us for the hunt. So go ahead, Louis. I don't know how we can miss with that, man. I'm excited. I feel good now. What you think, Louis? We're gonna do good?
We'll do good.
All right, man. We're gonna get this stand set up.
As long as we do a little prayer, now we'll be it.
We got it done. We're gonna get this stand set up. We're gonna crawl up in here probably in about another hour. We're gonna set till dark. It may be 10, 11, 12 hours before it gets dark. We don't know yet. Don't even know what time it is. So it gets dark about 11:30 at night, and about 3:30 in the morning it's daylight again. It ain't really dark when it's dark, so we ain't getting a lot of sleep. We're gonna get after it. Well, we finally got this stand set up. I hate watching a hunting show and you hear a bunch of whispering, you can't understand them, but you kind of got to understand why we're doing it too. We could not possibly make it up here in this country without that thermocell. We just wouldn't be able to do it. We'd be up there looking like we're doing the Macarena or something in this stand from these mosquitoes are so bad. So, bear archery, baby, on a bear hunt in Northern Saskatchewan. Don't get much better than that. Got her. Hardcore Outdoors Cedar Reaper. Cover scent, it's a water base. Safe to put on anything, won't stain your clothes. And it works really well for pine or cedar, depending on what kind of country you're hunting in. Got a bottle, spray bottle with a lock on it so it don't come open in your backpack or your pocket and leak out with the sprayer. Got my dirt nap gear broadheads, 100 grain, spot hog both sides. Everybody knows how patriotic I am. So I got my Illuminoc with my Luminarrow. Check that out, man, ain't that awesome? It don't get no more patriotic than that, brother. That's why they call it a Patriot missile. Well, this is a redneck Patriot meat missile. And we're gonna see if we can't let the air out of a big old bear this evening. We're gonna get settled in here, shut my big mouth, turn this camera off. We're gonna get after it. Well, y'all saw what happened there. But what you're about to see next, there's a gap that I need to explain. We were sitting there and I told Russell, I said, man, there's a big black storm cloud up there that I absolutely do not like the looks of. And it was a pretty good ways off. It was probably in the 50s. It wasn't too cold in June. And so that cloud kept coming closer and closer and closer and closer. And the next thing you know, it's right on top of us, and it decided to camp out for probably the rest of the day, as far as I know, for several hours anyway while we were there. And it probably dropped 20 degrees. We were miserable, freezing to death. Got down out of the stand, and then this happened. Let me get on the bear. Let me change over. I'm in a bad position. Hold on. I can't see it in the screen. Okay, hang on. Let him come back around. All right, let him get broadside. Shot in a minute, just wait. Wait. First shot you get, take it. I'm on him. Like, let him get broadside. Hang on, let him come forward some. Give me time you're ready. Take him. How's that feel?
That feels good. Maybe just a little bit far back. Give him a little while.
This is not how we wanted this. We put the, y'all saw what we did. We put the bait out. Louis did his thing, you know, the little prayer thing. And man, the cold front blew in here on us. Soaking wet, freezing to death. We got down out of the stand. Louis was supposed to be on the other side of the island over in the boat waiting on us so we could holler at him. So we got down out of the stand. We walked to the bank, and I was literally screaming as loud as I could yell with my voice for Louis, and I still don't think he's heard us. And I turned around, I said, Russell, there's a bear right there.
We already had the camera
Yeah.
wrapped up in plastic in another backpack. And this beaver was on this stump. And he was so interested in that.
Yeah.
20 yards away, I'm getting the camera out of the plastic bag and the backpack, and he never even paid attention.
He wanted that beaver so bad. He's hungry, man. I don't know, this just wasn't supposed to happen this way, but it's my bow. I was supposed to be hunting. But Russell shot it at camp, and he's shooting good with it, so I told him, I said, man, if you want that bear, he's not really what I'm looking for. Shoot him. So we sat here with the bear, eating that beaver 25 feet away, maybe 30
Maybe,
feet?
yeah.
Maybe less than 10 yards. And he shoots the bear. And you see I'm shaking now, I'm so cold. It's probably gonna look like I had some kind of Parkinson's disease or something trying to film this. And he had the thermostat, I had mosquitoes flying in my hoodie. All of a sudden one flew in my mouth and got down my throat, and I tried to cough him up, so it's raining like crazy, so we know the direction he ran. We're gonna try to blood trail him up best we can before this rain washes it out. I sure hope old Louis comes to get us, man. Let's go see if we can find that bear. Well, as cool as that hunt was, in my opinion, I got some bad news, man. We didn't get the bear. We went back, by the time we filmed the last part that you just saw, it was raining so bad. We just had to, you can see the camera on the last little commentary there. It kept coming in out of focus on the tripod. We just had to put it up. So we wasn't able to film the blood trail trying to recover the animal. We never found any blood, we never found an arrow, we never found nothing. But I went back and watched the footage over and over and over. And just, I mean, almost as Russell shot, that bear steps in a hole and he drops about 6 inches. Russell hit him where he was supposed to, but it was high. I don't know what you know about the bear's anatomy. It's about the same as a whitetail or anything else. Above the lungs and under the spine, there's a void. There's nothing there that's vital or fatal if you run an arrow or a bullet through it. And that's exactly what happened. And it sucks. I hated it. He lost his dream bear, beautiful cinnamon bear. It was just it was a great hunt, but it got bad. And afterwards, we still trying to get Louis' attention. And he had went around the backside of the island and got in the boat to get out of the wind and covered up with a tarp. He wasn't hearing nothing. He couldn't hear anything. We were screaming at the top of our lungs. He's probably gonna get a laugh out of this, but it's true. A few seconds later, after screaming at him for an hour and not getting any response, I see a little white speck going across the lake on the far side. And Russell said, "What is that?" I looked at him and I said, "You know what, man, that's the wake behind the boat from the motor." I said, "I bet that's Archie the chief and his brother-in-law Tony going to check the stand over that we hunt on the other side of the lake." And sure enough, they did. They went and checked. I don't know if they put bait out, what they did. I don't recall. If I asked them. But here's the funny part. I told Russell, let's find anything. We built a little fire. We found, it was a burnout. We found some bark, dried bark underneath, where it was peeling off the trees. And Russell had some hand sanitizer and a lighter and some paper towels, and we got a fire started. And it was a pretty good one. We were warming up some. And I told Russell, I said, they're coming this way, man. Surely they can't see us. So we start cutting everything green that we can find that's wet and throwing it on the fire and making one heck of a smoke. Just awful smoke. And so we took some branches and started, fanning the fire. And to this day, I do believe we're probably the only white men alive today that has ever called in a Native American by smoke signal. That really happened. But thank God they came and got us. Like I said, we didn't find the bear. But I sure was glad to see Archie and Tony and Louis. They went and got Louis on the island, and they came and got us. And we laid down in the boat in the middle and covered up with a tarp for the boat ride back. We were so miserably cold. And I got more bad news. This hunt was pre-COVID, and in 2021, my buddy Louis Netmaker, you saw here. Louis is my right-hand man at bear camp every year. He's a great guy. I could depend on him for anything. Just a good friend and a good man. We lost Louis at 42 years old. Louis Netmaker, full Cree Native American. And it was a sad deal. For those of you, I don't want to turn this into political, but for those of you that don't believe in COVID, man, you better get a handle on it, because in 2021, I lost 11 friends, 8 of them to COVID. And to my knowledge, Louis was in great health at 42 years old. I lost a couple of other guys in the early 40s. So anyway, we're going to end this on that terrible note, unfortunately. And so thanks again for watching, and I hope to see y'all on the next one.